Hey guys, welcome to the channel today. Today we're out in Boulder City, Nevada. Just getting a good look out here. It's a great day. January and mid 60s. You can't beat this really. So today on the channel we're just doing a little introductory here of what the channel is here. So got a Polaris Turbo R 2024 and been kind of a novice at it, to be honest. So what I'm doing is buying parts for it. I bought kind of a base model, so I'm just kind of buying parts for it and figuring out what to do. You'll see my buddy Ray on here from time to time. He's from Vegas Drift, so shout out to them. He helps with a lot of things. He's got the most tools, so you'll see him in some of the videos. I'm gonna do some time-lapse videos here. You're actually kind of seeing the vehicle right now. We've actually already done some stuff to it. I'll release those videos. You'll kind of see it in its stock form here. It's pretty dirty today, but you'll see it in its stock form. You see we put on this tire rack here. Can't quite see it from this angle, but we have some Polaris clone, if you will, boxes. Starting to learn about how fast tires wear on these things out here, especially on the rocks and in the distance over this way. You're on Burro Wash, which is kind of a fun trail. Gets down to the Colorado River. Pretty nice. One of the other components we put on here is this particle separator, which out here in the desert, it's absolutely terrific because you don't need to change your filter so much, because every few rides you kind of pretty much need to change a filter out here. But with this thing, they say you can go up to a year. But we'll see about that one, because I'm not sure that's actually true. I'm pretty certain it's going to need a new one, but I'm going to check it this week. I've got about 6-7 rides on it. So we'll take a look at it. Funny thing is it throws out the dirt from here, and this shock gets a bit dirtier, but that's okay. So we also put on these Nylite lighted whips, and I'll tell you, initial impressions are pretty nice. They went on nice. They're nice and secure, but I'm having problems with the remote. So we'll get that and take a read and see if other people are having the same problem. I would expect they are, because I don't think we did anything wrong. There are a couple other things in here that I've already put on. I put on a iPad holder, which is absolute garbage. I'll have to get the brand. I'll link it in a video, in the video we put it on, but it's absolute garbage. So also put in this box here. It's a locking box. I already had one on there. The Polaris one was pretty much just fine, but the problem was it didn't work with the iPad holder, which incidentally is not good. So we're gonna try some other ones. I think I'm not sure on it. I just don't like it at all. It's not great. Also put in this sound bar. It's an Ihaho, and they had 3 different levels of it. I got the mid-range one, which I figured would be enough, but it's really nice. It lights up, so at nighttime if you're riding, it really makes an impression. You can change the lighting. The Bluetooth connects right off. That's pretty nice, I'd have to say. I don't have any problems there. The issue is when you're riding, you can't really hear it so good. We're going to put in I think a rugged radio or a PCI radio here for car-to-car communication at some point. And I think that's going to be the way you get your music there. Headphones, I'm going to put it in the helmet integration though with the fresh air intake, because I wanted to see what that looked like. I'm not sure I'll use it all the time, but we'll put it in and see what it looks like. I have some coming videos. Belts are always a thing. Everybody asks those, and as a novice, I was wondering, how often do I have to change the belt? How often do they burn out? I'm not, I didn't know. I've been on the stock belt for a little while now, a few months. Gonna break in a new one. Polaris has an HD belt, and some friends of mine said you go out to the dunes and those belts will get hot, especially in the summer. So this new HD belt, we're gonna put that in a coming video. I also have a Hunter Works belt. I'll break that in as well too. We'll go through what it takes to install one of those. It looks pretty easy. Just a number of bolts on there. I don't think it's going to be too tough, so I'm not too worried about it. Might get some new flags on here. One other thing is, so I had to buy when I bought the rack for the extra tire, I had to buy a new wheel and tire to match the rest of them. I'd say, don't go to the dealer. Unless you really like your dealer and giving them money. So I'd say don't use the dealership. They're going to be a little expensive. Not here in the Vegas area. I found a place on Facebook Marketplace. Had UTV, all kinds of wheels and such, and they were a pretty good deal. I think I paid about $200 for the wheel and tire, which is a pretty good deal. So check that out if you're in the Vegas area on Facebook Marketplace. The guy's out in Henderson off Lake Mead. I know a lot of people are out here. This is a big place for UTVs, ATVs, off-roading. As I look into the distance here, I see trails of dust everywhere, out towards Burrow Wash and down into the dry lake bed. I got an action cam, so we'll mount that on here and get some ride video too. I was going to put up the drone today, but I can't do it. I'm in an authorization zone for the FAA, so unfortunately won't be able to do any of that today. I was going to try to do a ride with a drone follow. Picked up a Mavic 3 Pro, and it seems to be pretty good for those kind of things. So we'll try that coming out. I think the first place I might do the drone ride is down to Burrow Wash, because it's not always, full speed all the time. I don't think we have anything else going on in here today. This particular Polaris came with the windshield and the roof, which has been really nice. I didn't know how much I'd like that. I've always ridden, before this, I always rode Can-Ams, and that I had rented or borrowed from friends and such. And none of them ever had windshields. I would highly recommend a windshield. One of these videos we're putting in a back windshield, because a couple things on this one I've noticed is without the back windshield, you get a bunch of dust coming in. And then we have this here, that these doors are open. I think these are probably better in the summer, but for now, I think it's not going to work for me. They let in way too much dust. I mean, I know it's dusty and all that, and that's what it is, but if we can reduce it a little bit, we will. Other things we might do to this are some light bars. That's the next project up. I've got some mounts for here, and I can't figure out where they go on here exactly, because I got these little rubber mounts for these speakers here, but we'll figure out where they go. I also want to put a light bar here, and I have a light bar for the front already. And I've been going on Amazon and finding the Nightlight brand, and they seem to be pretty good. We'll get into I'll get into specifics on which ones and how many lumens and such. I'm going to try some different lumens to see where they're at and to see which ones are best. I want one down low, I want some up high, and I want some on the side. At night riding out here, it gets pretty dark out here where there's no lights. So we'll get that set. We got stuck, and I just had my front headlights on one of my first rides, and it wasn't ideal. I mean, it was fine. The Polaris lights are pretty good. One other thing, because we ride a little bit and sometimes we go into towns and such, I'll be putting on a street legal kit. And I'm not sure if I'm going to have the dealer do that or not. I try not to have the dealer do anything, but I'm going in for, it's got a service coming up. So I might have them put it on. I'd really prefer to do it myself, because this channel's all about us doing it ourselves. So maybe I'll just buy the kit when I'm out there in a week and a half and do that. Just so everyone knows, I bought this from Polaris and Can-Am World out in Mesquite, Nevada, and big shout out to them. They were super awesome. If you're going to buy a side-by-side, I highly recommend them. They are unbelievably terrific people. They made the whole process easy. They offer delivery if you're in the Vegas area, St. George, any of those areas, Mesquite, and they'll deliver, which is that's pretty nice. So they have a track you can test them on, which was kind of key for me, because I was planning on buying a Can-Am, but I ended up driving to Polaris, and I just like the steering wheel feel of it a bit better, and it felt a little bit smoother. I'm probably going to buy a Can-Am in the future, a R series, the R Max. So you'll probably see one of those pop up here at some point. But once again, Polaris, Can-Am World, you can't beat them. The prices were great, people were great. You got no tax out there in Mesquite, so you make the hour drive from Vegas and check it out. So maybe we'll do something. I have somewhere I've put things on, and then we tried it out. Now I'll tell you one thing here. This Polaris version tire rack has not been what I would hoped it would be. It has it's really nice. It's put together well. Make sure when you do this, and I'll talk about in the videos, Loctite is absolutely required with as much abuse as these take. So definitely Loctite. I had it come up on me when I was riding. I had to tie it down, and I have it kind of stuck in there right now. It's kind of locked together. I kind of rigged it a little bit, so it's rigged right now, but it's staying down. So in one of the future videos, I'll do an update video on the install on that and show you what happened to it and how we fixed it, because it's definitely a problem. So, well, that's it for the video today. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.